following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Zach² Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Moranto, as always, and joining me today we have my co-host, Zach Cease.
How we doing?
And then, of course, Mashi's back again for the first time.
Yeah, first time. Ooh,
Yeah,
real predictable. Real
Mashi's here.
predictable.
Yeah, so it's been a while. I mean, obviously, last time the 2 episodes we recorded were back-to-back days. We kind of just spaced out the release, which I don't know if we did actually. I think I just announced on Instagram, spaced out. I was away for 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks, week and a half. I was off of work for 3 weeks. Is the way everything worked out. So we've been inconsistent. You know, it's not great. It's not looking great for us, but we keep pushing, and we'll find time. Yeah, we'll keep going. We just had the Emerge Fantasy Football Draft. If you saw on the Instagram, which follow the Instagram Zach² Podcast if you haven't. I'm feeling not great about our draft. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I think we're in the mud.
I don't think we're last, but I was looking at other people's teams today, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
We have Lamar Jackson.
We do have Lamar Jackson and Calvin Ridley.
I'm kicking
Do
your
we
ass.
still have Calvin Ridley?
No, I
You're
put in a
kicking
trade
our
request.
I'm kicking your
We really just want to beat you, I think.
We're just trying. We're coming for not last place.
That's what I want.
We're
Yeah, I
We're-
know. Yeah.
we're playoff hopefuls is what we like to call
We have two
ourselves.
minds.
Yeah.
If we come last, it's bad. That just goes to show our football.
Well, to be
knowledge.
fair, I pretty much picked the whole team.
Yeah.
You kind of just said, "Wow, what do you think?" I'm just like, "Well, that doesn't help."
I don't know. after the first 3 picks, I'm like, yeah, I don't know any more names, bro. That's it.
Yeah. So that wasn't
It's just all about the numbers. Just
pretty much.
looking.
Yeah.
And I tried to fill it up, like just.
Yeah. We went for the bold strat. Well, I went for the bold strat of getting our whole starting team
I
first.
love that you drafted the guy that's not going to play this year.
Yeah, we've had to.
Do we
What's
still
his
have
name?
him, or did you get rid of him yet?
Calvin Ridley.
I thought I hope he knows.
He bet on
About-
himself.
If you
should
saw
send
my-
him a tweet that you
A
drafted.
twit.
He's a twit.
If you if you haven't noticed by now, my dad's here doing tech
Yes,
stuff today.
Sorry about that. So,
So welcome back. But yeah, so my logic with drafting Calvin Ridley is we want someone who believes in themselves,
Someone who would bet on themselves.
even when they play for
Times
the
get tough.
Falcons. Even when they play for the Falcons. So that was our logic. He's gonna be the heart and soul of our team. But we did already trade him. I put in a
Alright,
trade
good
request.
shit.
Yeah, so now we have Devontae Smith, Heisman winner, which is probably a little bit better, option if we're actually trying to win. Even though he's just our bench player, but it's fine.
Well, at least he'll get some game time, right?
Yeah.
Slant City.
The ESPN system projected we have a 49% chance of winning week 1 versus Dylan from Tank Talk. So we'll see how that goes.
49.
49. He has 51% chance. It's pretty
Ooh.
much even.
It's a close one.
We have
close one,
192 projected points. He has 199.
If
So
the Bills' defense plays great against fucking Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams, I think we'll be all right.
yeah,
I think we'll be all right.
and we have the best kicker in the league, JT Justin Tucker.
Best all-time kicker. I don't know if he's the best in the league now, but
Yeah, he's probably still the best. Didn't he just hit a 66-yarder like last year, NFL record? Wasn't that last season or the year before? Either way, let's get in the drink of the week.
I already cracked one open, to be
Already
honest.
cracked one. All right. Well, I was a little bit late today. But
I brought
late,
2.
maybe about 10
Okay,
minutes.
You can get the ASMR going, so here.
Yeah,
we'll
I have
quiet
a
down.
Bacardi Bahama Mama.
That's nice.
It's a real rum cocktail.
That sounds good.
So, if
That sounds good.
you want me to
bought
invoice you or
that?
whatever, this is his.
You bought those?
Yeah, this is something he buys.
Are they good? We're gonna find out.
Little-
Are they sweet?
well,
Oh,
it's-
I could guess Zach's
a
rating before he
cocktail.
even drinks it.
What do you think the rating's gonna
I
be?
think it's be a 5.7.
5.7.
You don't like sweet. I got myself.
Stare intently at him to make
I got
him
myself an
nervous.
Arnold Palmer spiked half and half.
the light version.
The light, yeah. They're 100 calories. We're healthy out here. Here we go. It's good.
Arnold Palmer. Can't go wrong.
It is Arnie Palmer. Top for who?
Nothing.
Oh.
Toronto almost got a red.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This will probably be 7-3.
I'm gonna go 7-5.
Wow.
I like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I think I like rum stuff. I like rum cocktails. I don't know why, but I just like rum cocktails.
Rum and Coke.
I'm not really a Coke guy, so I don't like rum and Cokes. But
No cocaine on the weekends?
no,
No.
can't say.
Huh?
Coke.
Huh?
You might find yourself
What
in
did you
county
say?
with this
Yeah,
guy.
am I
over
gonna see
here.
you soon, buddy?
What are you talking
All right.
Well, Machi's still about a couple months away from joining Drink of the Week.
It's a great time.
So when he's here
Great
back
time.
here for the first time, we'll let him indulge in that with us.
Yeah, I'm going to bring like 5.
He's gonna catch up.
Huh?
Who said that?
Who's driving you?
Hey, you. Huh?
All right. Well, getting into much more serious topics. What is the largest animal you think it can be in hand-to-hand combat?
It's going to take some thinking.
Hand to hand, or just like I just have my fists? They have like
I
themselves.
mean, it's whatever they are.
Yeah.
So if it's a bird, they have their wings.
You right now, nothing on you.
Yeah.
What could you beat?
I'm
I'm trying to think of something really large but really stupid.
My brain goes to like a baby kangaroo, like a little baby Joe.
Not
I
very
don't know.
big though, are they?
But it's a
Not
kangaroo. The
I don't know,
motherfuckers
man.
can fight.
Have you seen Kangaroo Jack? I wouldn't want to fight a kangaroo.
They can fight. See, you
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
we're going largest you could beat. You thinking a baby?
Well, it's bigger than that. Name something bigger than that.
Well, baby kangaroos like this big.
Ah, bro.
Talking about like a child kangaroo.
Yeah,
like
like
a, like
you're
a
talking about like a
somewhat
medium-aged
grown.
kangaroo then.
Yeah, like a somewhat grown.
Yeah, it's
kangaroo.
Okay,
somewhat grown.
okay.
not
like
not like an
baby.
infant. He's not like
Okay,
a somewhat
okay.
grown kangaroo.
Like just not full grown adult. Because
Yeah.
then I'm probably losing. It's a kangaroo. Them boys can box.
1-1 offsides.
Stay on topic, Mosh.
Sorry. He's got $100 on the line right now.
Not me.
Yeah, not you, huh? Not you.
Me. Oh yeah, probably like a middle-aged Joe. Kangaroo.
See, I was kind of thinking like a koala bear, but I don't know how big
That's
those are.
small, bro.
I
That's
don't think
smaller
they're
than
that
a
small.
kangaroo.
But you're going up a baby kangaroo.
I don't mean baby. I mean like a child, like a kid. What would you take?
trying to
Koalas
think,
are
man.
small. They only get to 3 feet tall.
3 feet.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't know.
See, I've said before, maybe not on this podcast, but I say it all the time when we're playing cards. And I have to try and guess the card. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So with that being said, I'm thinking like probably koala, something light like that. I wouldn't want to, but then I wouldn't want to punch it. I wouldn't want to fight a koala. That's just like what
This is
you can
animal
have-
abuse.
What about a sloth? I'm taking a sloth.
It's
Or are
slow.
those bigger?
They're,
I think they're bigger.
big, but they're slow. They could probably get to like 4.5 feet. What is it?
They max out about 2.5 feet.
Oh, dude, what?
I'm taking a sloth.
No.
Give me like a
I'm saying
double-sized,
I'm at least
overgrown-
at 3.5.
is koala bigger?
Yeah.
I'm going with like a 5-foot kangaroo.
I think that's bold. to be
I think
honest.
that's very bold.
5-foot
that's bold.
kangaroo.
I'm saying a koala. Then I'm gonna yeet that motherfucker off the tree.
I'm going with a fucking moose.
Yeah, a flamingo. A flamingo's bigger.
I'm going with a moose.
Flamingos are taller.
Nah. You do not want to fight a moose, bro.
Iron fist.
You do not want to fight a moose,
It's like that moose is taller than you.
Yeah, no.
bro. A moose can like
He would-
fucking tip
he
a
would just
car.
run you
You know,
over.
people call me Ant-Man because I could
There's like
carry
I can't.
shit 1,000 times my weight.
I can't remember where it
Pick up
is.
the table then.
You want me to?
No, not really.
Yeah,
Probably mess up a
yeah,
lot of stuff.
Just like that moose is.
I wouldn't. No, you're bugging with a moose.
I was just joking.
I was
Moose
hoping
are
so.
like the
Honestly,
deadliest
I think a
animals.
moose would actually kill you.
Bro, people
Oh,
hit
yeah.
people hit like mooses with their cars, and the whole front of their car gets fucked up, and the moose just like walks away fine.
You know how people say like goose and geese?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is multiple moose meese?
Moose is just moose.
moose is just moose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
I
moose.
don't know if it's not mooses.
One,
No,
a
it's not.
million, It's just moose.
Yeah, it's just a moose.
So
It's moose.
yo, there's a moose.
There's no mooses.
Yo, there's
or
moose.
geese.
Yeah, it just
Yeah, it
there's
goes for
moose.
both.
there's
So it's
a
2 or a
moose.
million.
It's just
That's
It's-
fucking
it's either
scary.
a
If someone
moose
yells
or a
moose, it
moose.
could be one that can anything.
Usually, would say there's a bunch of moose over there.
you
You
could
just have
say
to
a
like,
moose,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
there was moose.
Saw like 18 moose the other day.
Yeah, I saw
So why not?
moose.
So why does it specify when it's
'Cause
something
the
not
English
dangerous like
Because
geese?
the English language is just stupid.
It's a very dumb language.
Yeah.
There's
Talking
reason
about
it's-
probably the
You know,
stupidest language
we
in the
really
world.
make, like, us as Americans make English worse.
Oh,
Oh,
100%. But it was a stupid language to start with.
Bro, we make fucking fake words and
Yeah.
then use them in like our daily language for months, and then when we get bored of them, we use new ones.
Yeah.
Like that's cap. That's cap, bro.
Oh, that's cap.
Dog
do
with
that.
the DAWWG. 100% we make up fake words.
Well, yeah.
Easily. We also have like the least structured language.
Yeah.
There's like zero structure to our
Wait
language.
a second. Weren't all words eventually just made up? It's originally.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like,
They
I think
end
about
up in the
that.
dictionary.
I think about that all the time. What if the number 2 was named 4 and 4 was 2, and you'd
It
go
would
1
seem
4
you
normal.
wouldn't have
2.
known.
we would
Exactly.
It was.
Isn't
It
that
would make
we just
perfect sense.
accept these things?
Yeah.
We just accept them.
Well, I mean, I don't know
Well,
about you, but I
there's
wouldn't want
nothing
to
to
make a whole
question
new
them.
language. That seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool, but that seems like a lot of work, man. Make it
thi-
a whole new language?
Yeah.
Let's make one.
If everyone in the world learned sign language, we would all be able to speak with one another with no language barrier.
The issue is you're
Or if
signing.
we all just learn the same language.
Or yeah, if we just
We
had
have
one
the same
language.
No,
we would all
sign
learn.
language is so much easier because it's not
Yeah, but
like
if we all
tongues or
learn
dialects
French,
and all
it'd be
that.
the same thing.
I agree, but like sign language, there's no like tongue or dialect with it.
But
you know what I
there's
mean?
also
That's
you
a
got to
good
think
point.
if you learn, there's different sign languages for each language. You can learn like my girlfriend's in an ASL class. It's American Sign Language. She learned the English alphabet. You don't learn the Japanese alphabet or the Chinese alphabet. You'd have different
I'm
words,
sure-
different
Okay,
sayings.
so
Yeah.
you just blew my mind. So if I know sign language, and
I'm
I
sure
go to
there's a lot of
Japan,
stuff that
I'm
carries over,
screwed?
but I don't think most of it would.
I think it's just like the alphabet that's different.
Maybe, but
Because
think
words
about,
for words, why
but
would you
here-
have to
here's
make
the other
it
thing you have to
different?
think about. There are words in Spanish that have no direct translation to English. So if they sign that word, what would that sign be to us? It would mean nothing because there's no word for that. Yeah, it's messed up, man. They have one word that means like a whole sentence for us, or we have a word that means like a sentence for them. There'd be no carryover. I'm sure you could get basic stuff through, but
All right, well, we're all learning ASL, because America.
America. On the topic of language, though, I know I'm kind of switching the topic here.
we go where we
I
want.
talked about
yeah,
this.
we go wherever we
Yeah,
want.
I talked about this in when we were in Europe. I said, "What language would you want to learn if you could learn any language?"
Oh,
Because I said, at first I said I'm gonna learn Icelandic or like Norwegian or something. And Christian was just like,
Scandinavian
yeah.
one.
Christian was just like, why? I was like, I mean, why would I learn like French? Like a lot of people know French, but wouldn't it be cool as fuck to just be like, yeah, I speak Danish, or I speak Norwegian? Like, yeah, it's only useful for one country, but like, that's cool for when you're in
'cause
one
it's
country.
it's somewhat usable for all Scandinavian. They're all pretty
Well,
similar.
that was my logic. My logic is I think if I'm gonna learn a language, I want to learn one of the Scandinavian ones. 'Cause I really want to go to Denmark, so I might take the time to learn a little bit of Danish, and then once I go to Denmark, I'll try to learn more, and then eventually I'll just try to like learn every single Scandinavian language.
'Cause
So
even
then I'll know
Spanish,
Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Icelandic, and Finnish.
I kind of want. I would want to learn.
Because then
Russian.
I could just like domino effect learn 5 languages, and then I'd have 6 languages instead of just like 2 if I learned French.
I would wanna
If you went
learn
Latin based, you
Russian.
could also do that. The differences between like Spanish and French are much smaller than
Yeah,
Spanish
see,
to
French.
English.
When we were in France, a lot of stuff I was like, oh, that's just that.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
there's France. I think French is super easy to learn if I really put
Yeah.
effort into it.
especially with the basis of us having learned at least
Yeah.
some Spanish before.
And French,
I don't know shit.
French
about
is a really common language
you
too,
count 1 to
like a lot
3?
of places.
Can you count 1 to 3?
what in French?
No, in
Un,
English.
deux, trois?
Not yeah. Let's see.
Uno, dos, tres.
Think about how similar that is.
Well, yeah, it's really similar.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
probably want to
Latin-based.
learn Italian or Russian because Russian is super intimidating.
I don't want to learn Russian.
Russian seems like a lot of work.
It
I-
does, but it seems intimidating. Like you just.
I
start
think I
busting out
can
some
I can I
Russian.
project why you might want to learn all those Scandinavian
What?
languages. Because you thought that those tall blonde girls were hot.
Whoa. One,
Oh, boy.
I'm not a blonde guy. I'm more of a brunette guy,
Okay.
personally.
You're subjectifying women, Zach.
I'm
I
not
don't think I like
not to
hearing
justify
this.
women.
I don't like
There's
hearing this.
I never said I don't like
The
blondes.
Zach² podcast does not approve of this message.
I never said I
They
don't
say
like
if we're not
blondes.
6'4",
I just
we don't
said,
count.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's all this thing like size matters. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say to that.
You're under 6 foot tall. Don't talk to me.
No. But that jokes aside, that one waitress we had in the one restaurant in Iceland, she had me stuttering. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Can I
have a beer? I mean, your
She had me
number?
stuttering.
Oh shit!
Did
I
you
was
leave your number on the?
Nah, I should
Oh,
have.
no.
Can I have your digits +44? Because that's the area code, I think, for Iceland.
4-4.
Like we're the +1. America's +1 when you dial long distance. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like
What are we?
we're
+1.
+1, baby.
Oh yeah, we are +1.
But I think if you're dialing, I think England was actually +4. 4-4.
4-4-4-4-4-4-4.
That sounds
It's what
And
we
then,
do.
and yeah, all the other numbers. So
But yeah, I think I would learn one of the Scandinavian languages because one that'd be kind. I feel like they're just cool languages. Like when I hear people talk the Scandinavian languages, I'm like, whoa. Like Iceland, when people just like start talking Scandinavian, I just be like, or in Icelandic. I mean, it's
admittedly,
like, whoa.
that Scandinavian accent, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, that's a great accent.
Agreed.
It's a really cool accent.
I think I would definitely go German
I think Australians. It's
because
own
I could say
language.
anything about you, and you'd probably think I was cussing you out.
See,
Same-
German.
same
I
route
want to
as
learn more
Russian.
German because German's just like an ugly language.
That's
Like,
exactly what I'd want to know.
Like
Italian.
Italian would be
Says
cool.
the Italian boy.
I mean,
Italian and French are the most attractive. I feel like languages.
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oy. That's
Oh.
a good burp.
Thanks, man. It's the Bahama Mama is getting to me.
I'm a mama.
Yeah.
I think when you get over to Asia, it's just hard because the alphabet, the letters are all
Oh, Asia.
different.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I would never even try to
That
learn
just
an Asian
seems-
language.
Even Russian, though, it's all structured differently. And
It's so much easier to learn when you're a kid. Like if you grow up in like a bilingual house, like you just.
Yeah.
It's like.
like my friend who's from Belgium,
Mhm.
he speaks English, Belgian, French, and I think German. He speaks 4 languages.
It's probably so much easier in
Well,
Europe.
they have to because half of Belgium speaks Flemish,
Yeah.
and then the other half speaks French, and then you just learn American because it's all the media.
American.
And I think they have to learn German in school anyway.
Yeah, because Belgium's right like next to everything.
Yeah, figure
They have a
they're-
lot of.
figure they're gonna get invaded again.
They have a lot of refugees too.
Yeah, they
part
want to
of-
know what
So
languages.
probably a lot of different.
Well, the thing with like Belgium too is they have like that agreement with Germany and the other ones. You don't need like you don't have to show your passport to go cross those borders. Like, you
Right,
can
well,
just
that's
go
all
right
the-
over.
That's all
yeah.
the EU.
Yeah.
Brexit.
Yeah. Fuck England,
so
man. They
fucked
made
up.
going from Iceland to England so much harder.
They want to make the
They
UK
did.
separate.
It was like
They
a
made
whole
it
nother
so
level
much.
of-
I think
Really?
they just do it on purpose, just to fuck with England at this point, basically, just because
Yeah.
England's.
We had to go
just
through
dickheads
customs
about-
twice.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, we did for coming home to Canada, but that also like
That's different.
Yeah, it's
Canada's
different.
not part of the EU.
yeah. Well, because I don't know. It was just.
It's just the
weird.
UK wants to be separate from the EU. That's the whole thing.
Not even UK, just England.
It's just England.
No, because I
Yeah.
think Scotland's going to rejoin the EU.
Oh.
Scotland's not going to be a UK country soon. It's going to be its own country.
What Northern Ireland?
I don't remember.
Ireland,
But
maybe?
I don't remember what they said.
I think once
Interesting.
Scotland leaves, I think like Wales will probably like soon follow.
Well, yeah,
suit,
because
and
Scotland
then-
and Wales don't follow like the same I guess.
I don't, their thing is so weird because they're their own countries, but they're also part of one country.
Yeah.
But like if you like go to like identified countries, that's just the United Kingdom. It's not like Wales is a country, but it's not like I guess seen like by I don't know who would govern that, but it's not seen by that as like its own country in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
It's
they
super,
are.
weird. But they are because like you get like national teams, like their national team's different, but then you go to the Olympics and it's just Team Great Britain.
I wonder if they're all taxed the same.
England probably has major power, so they probably tax the other places higher, and
Maybe that's why nobody
Yeah.
lives there compared to like England.
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of like Scottish people would just move to England.
Yeah.
There's just better like work opportunities or whatever it might be. Their economy's better and all that kind of stuff. But
Well, like Scouts, like that all like
yeah,
those people like derive from like Scotland and all that.
yeah,
It's so north. Interesting.
yeah. But like I said, once I get a full-time job and I'm kind of just not doing stuff as much because I'm just working 9 to 5 or whatever I'm doing, I think I'm gonna start trying to learn a language. Because I feel like even if it's just something like I said, stupid like Danish. Like, what reason do I have to learn Danish besides if I'm going to Denmark? I mean, Copenhagen's probably on like top of my list of places I want to go now. Now that Iceland's out the way, but I don't know. I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna go anywhere else and speak Danish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's.
You can go to Aruba.
Aruba.
Because Aruba is a Dutch territory.
Oh yeah.
Danish is Denmark.
So, what?
Danish is Denmark though.
What did I say? Oh
You
no,
said
I'm
Dutch.
sorry. Aruba's
Yeah.
it's a territory of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I got it confused there.
No, you're good. Anyways, moving on. We had a little topic in between there. Had a stop point. If you can make any animated movie a live action movie, which movie would you want to make live action? And this is a weird one because obviously Disney's been kind of turning some of their animated movies into live action, like Lion King, and some of them have been well received, some of them haven't. So,
You got a wild one.
see, I have one that made me pique this interest that somebody said in a video on YouTube. So it was Wall-E live action,
Ooh.
but I want it to be directed by Christopher Nolan.
Oh.
Because I think that Christopher Nolan directing a live action Wall-E would be the cinematography and the way he did it would be insane.
I was thinking a funny one. Toy Story.
Toy Story in real life would be kind of funny.
See,
Just get like a live action like Woody doll basically.
see
Just-
like an iPad
was
just
thinking
sliding
too.
around talking.
It's like the same thing except it's just like I don't know. It's just like actual toys as opposed to like the animated
Yeah.
characters like that. That's a good one. I like that.
Toy Story. But it would be like current toys.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. Like I don't know. I'm not...
I don't know if Clone Wars counts.
I was
really-
thinking
Nah,
shows
nah.
too,
but
like a
Shows.
live
Rick
action
and
Rick and Morty.
man.
Yeah, that's exactly where my head
I mean,
went.
that'd be cool, but it'd just be like some sci-fi thing. Like it wouldn't really be like that
yeah,
crazy.
it wouldn't be
Yeah.
as. It would be hard to do.
Like live action toys just talking. Like that's trippy.
Yeah.
That's some Chucky type stuff.
That would give some kids nightmares.
What about
Yeah.
a live action Sausage Party?
Oh,
Nah.
God.
I don't need to see all that. That's weird.
Or a live action Emoji movie.
Especially the ending.
I didn't even watch that.
I've never
Me
watched
neither.
that movie. It's just like the worst rated movie of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was on Zero for a while.
What about Detective Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu, I believe, is a lot higher. Which it's not high, but
It's at least bearable, right?
yeah, that movie is considered a bearable movie by people.
Had some
Yeah.
funny moments. Some
It's
good
a
moments.
68% of Rotten Tomatoes. It's 65 on IMDb. If we look at the Emoji Movie, though, I believe it's in the 0 to like 3 range. Yeah, Emoji Movie is a 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think the only
6%?
movie off the top of my head that I know is worse is The Master of Disguise. I believe The Master of Disguise is a 1%.
I've never even heard of that one.
It's a really awful movie. Yep, 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. Master of Disguise.
What's its IMDb?
3.3 also.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Metacritic is 12%.
Sounds like they had a bad time at that movie.
Yeah.
Probably lost a lot of money.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of anime.
Me neither.
But Mashi is an anime watcher. Would you want to see like a live action like Naruto or one of
Attack
those
on
ones? Attack
Titan.
on Titan.
For a live action Attack on Titan would probably be the most groundbreaking thing ever made.
Yeah, the Titans would look absolutely insane.
Yeah. The way they're animated in the show.
I
if
mean,
they
I'm
look
sure.
Like that,
Okay,
it'd
no,
be-
I'm sure.
Ooh.
That actually probably isn't that hard to do.
I mean,
With
you
green
just
screens
CGI,
and layering.
yeah. But
No, not
yeah.
even CGI, just green screens and layering.
They would just need a
you
decent
know, a lot of
budget,
layering,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like
Yeah,
a
you
live,
definitely need
you
a
need
big
a
budget.
budget.
looking at a
but-
live version of those Titans would be terrifying.
Yeah.
If it based off the actual animation style, those things are made to just look gruesome,
Yeah.
disgusting.
A random one, even though I've never watched it. I was gonna say One Punch Man, but we already have Deontay Wilder. That's basically One Punch Man. So
See, One Punch Man would be a good one. That one wouldn't be like terrifying to watch like Attack on Titan would be.
Deontay Wilder.
yeah, it's One Punch Man. He just knocks people out with, with one big punch. And
One Punch Man doesn't knock people out.
Wait, are you gonna tell the story on how you met Tyson
yeah, I will
Fury?
tell the story. I was literally about to say. I mean, he's no Tyson Fury, and he can't.
That's what I always say. I was like, well, Deontay Wilder. I was like, what?
Yeah, well, I don't mind Wilder. I just like Fury a lot more. But yeah, for anybody, I mean, most of you people probably don't follow me on Instagram. Oh, I just fucked up the mic. Oh shit. All right, we're good.
Oh boy.
I accidentally just pulled it out of the little thingy here. Yeah, so we were in Iceland. Well, for starters, I met Tyson Fury, who I don't really think we've talked much about boxing on this podcast or fight game in general. Tyson Fury is like one of my like favorite athletes of all time. He's like probably 5th on my list of favorite athletes. Like, love the guy. I think he's the most entertaining fighter, #1 pound per pound. Yeah, maybe it's a little biased being like at him because when he's that good, but I feel like with like combat sports, it's more fun to like somebody that's good than somebody that's shit.
You can't really follow.
You
that
can't
many
follow
shitters.
you can't follow a shitter as much as they're not gonna have as long of a career. Like most people.
And how many other fights are even going to be televised?
Right, exactly.
Oh,
and like,
Yeah.
I mean, some people pay for pay-per-view, some people don't. I'm not gonna say where we are in that spectrum.
Nobody
Pay-per-view.
pays for pay-per-view, though.
Most people.
What's pay per view?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I never heard of that.
When they make that?
Eddie Hearn, Dana White, whoever's out there, if you're listening to this, don't sue us.
Make them cheaper.
Yeah, just make them
You
cheaper.
know what?
and
If you're
people-
listening to this, let Joe Rogan. Hey, tell him the Zach² podcast said what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were when we were in Iceland, we met. Me, Christian, and my dad, who are the ones that went on the trip. We met Tyson Fury. So basically, we're just sitting at breakfast the day on our last day in Iceland, and we're going to Thor Half Jorgensen, or however you say his last name. We don't know, that's the model on Game of Thrones. He's like a super big bodybuilder. He's just recently been boxing though.
Strongest man.
Yeah, he's like the strongest man of all time, basically. So he just fought Eddie Hall in a boxing fight, who's also another strongest man competitor, who's kind of like his big rival, and won. So him and Fury have kind of been going back and forth on social media about having this kind of like an exhibition, basically. And Fury, he's technically retired. He said he'd come out of retirement, I think, to fight Usyk, but we'll see if that actually happens. He's supposed to fight Anthony Joshua for the longest time. But anyways, so we're just sitting at breakfast. I'm on my phone. I follow Tyson Fury, obviously. And I look at his story, and he's in the Icelandic airport. And my dad was like, how do you know it's the Icelandic airport? I'm like, well, one, it looks exactly like where we were 2-3 days ago. And two, it literally says the Iceland, like had the sign for the airport in the background.
Yeah, what was it Keflaki or whatever?
Yeah, whatever the hell the airport's called, whatever crazy Icelandic tournament it's called, I think it's named. And then the next one, he tags Thor in the Instagram story. So I'm just like, oh, no fucking way. I'm like, because we were planning on going to the Thor's, like, just go to the Thor store for if you guys remember Joe, who was a guest on the podcast, for him and his dad and his brother are big into powerlifting. So we were going there to get some stuff for them. Yeah. But I wanted to go to the gym anyways because I like Thor from Game of Thrones, and I think he's just an interesting person in general. So I kind of wanted to go to his gym anyways just to go see it. So my dad was like, yeah, let's just hurry up and on the odd case that he's there. Because I literally said, I'm like, I almost guarantee you he's going to Thor's gym just to fuck with Thor. I almost guarantee you. When Thor was in Rome, like I think he's filming a movie or something, which I'm surprised that guy doesn't get more movie roles because he would be like the perfect henchman. He's a monster.
He's a monster.
Dude, he's 6'9", like 400 pounds of muscle.
I don't know if that's monster. I think that's just absolute fucking demon. Like
he's just a beast, demon, whatever you
He
want.
passed the
whatever you
monster
want to call
term.
it. Yeah. So, anyways, we have a
It's
rental.
a Titan.
Yeah.
It's a Titan.
Oh god.
That's what he fought at. He fought at Titan weight, which is the first time anybody's ever fought at Titan weight was for that fight.
That's fucking cool.
So we drive to the store. We literally pull into the lot, like outside the front of the store, and I look inside and I see his 6'9", like tall ass dude just standing there. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Tyson Fury. So I start shitting myself real quick. So like, keep in mind, through work, I work for the Sabres. I think it's been well documented. If you're new, I work for the Sabres. I do a lot of stuff in the suites at times, and I've met a lot of local people. So I met Josh Allen, I met Sean McDermott, I met basically this entire Sabres roster. I've met like another half of the Bills roster. I've met Terry Pagula, I met Kim Pagula. Like I met a lot of people this is all within the last few months too.
Quick
like,
flex.
Yeah, and I mean I'm not trying to like be an asshole, but
I
like,
meet the worst people in this county.
Whoa, that's my boss you're talking about there.
No, I meet the worst.
Oh. I was gonna say, but yeah. So obviously, and I start shitting myself because I'm like, this is fucking like, this is like top of the line people for me. Like this is like the cream of the crop. There's like 5-6 people in the history of the world that are above Tyson Fury in my eyes. Like there's not that many people that would make me shit myself more than Tyson Fury. So I go inside and we kind of just like, they're filming stuff for like the Thor thing, and like if there's like end up ever fighting, which I don't think they're going to, like they have like a whole like camera crew team with them. John Fury, his dad's there, which is kind of cool too, because John, if you don't know who his dad's kind of just a shit talker, and it's kind of funny. Like it's kind of weird that because his dad's like his promoter in a way too, and it's kind of weird, but like I like John Fury. I don't know, he's just funny. He said he would disown Tommy if he lost to Jake Paul if that fight ever happened. Like it's funny to me. Like, but so yeah, obviously we kind of just wait. We watched them kind of just do all their stuff or whatever, and then like as they're about to leave, I'm just like, hey Tyson, do you mind if I just get a picture really quick? And then Christian runs over. He's like, I'm getting the picture too. When I tell you I've never like stood next to somebody and just felt like tiny. Like, there's 3 people.
His hand looked bigger than you.
His hands looked like
his
he had
hand,
catcher's mitts on.
His hand,
They
like,
were huge.
like, I mean, I'm not like the biggest guy in the world. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not I'm pretty skinny, all things considered. Like, my shoulders aren't the smallest shoulders in the world. They're not huge or anything. His hand could have like completely grasped my shoulder and like ripped my hand, like my shoulder off.
Probably could have just grabbed the back of your head and just picked you up.
Yeah, like look, this is how my hand looks on this can. Like his hand would be bigger than like
You
as
wouldn't
wide
see the
as
can.
Yeah,
You
He
wouldn't
had
see
a,
the can.
foot on Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a foot taller.
Yeah,
than
Christian's
Christian.
5'9", I think, and he's 6'9".
Yeah,
Like,
Pen?
there you go. You know what the
Keep
coolest
that
thing was? The kind of funny thing about it when we were there too is that that nobody else figured out that he was there except us and those 3 guys from the construction crew that showed
yeah,
up.
3 guys just come like flying in. They're
in
flying
like a
to
big
a
ass
parking.
like construction vehicle with their
Yeah.
like their
Their
construction
vests on.
pinnies on and their like work pants and everything. So that was kind of fun. So
Insigne or
we got a goal.
I don't even know
Gotta
who it
go?
was.
Yeah, it's 2-1 Toronto.
Let me guess, it was an Italian.
No, I don't.
Actually-
It might have been Crescito, to be honest. I don't know who it
Oh
was.
no, that was Bernadeschi.
I think he took their last penalty for them.
Yeah.
They,
That was
yeah.
good opportunity.
There could've been,
though.
like,
No,
That
that's
was
sick, though.
No, I was like, I mean, I handled myself well when I had to because I've just experienced it. Like obviously,
Well, he's got, what, half a foot on you?
I mean, I'm 6 foot, he's 6'9". He's got 9 inches on me.
Holy shit.
And I'm not the shortest guy in the world. Like six
Holy
foot's
shit.
above like the average height, but like that dude's just a fucking monster. The thing is, he's a super nice guy.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was super nice.
He's the
yeah.
Gypsy King.
Like no, because with no situations too. I mean, I've never taken a picture with any people I've seen at work. When I'm at work, it's strictly work business. Like it's business first. I'm not gonna like, even with Josh, I like joked around like if I saw Josh, I'd take a picture. But I knew always in the back of my head, I'm not taking a picture with Josh Allen if I'm at work. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
I totally would have.
I would rather keep my job because I don't. Terry Pagula was also with them, so that was also
Yeah, that like if it's not like such a like serious
yeah.
Oh, see, if I only
situation.
saw Josh Allen, I would. 100%
like if
take a
you're
picture.
walking
I mean-
down the hall, like you're going somewhere and he's just got out the bathroom. Yo,
Yeah.
Josh, can we take a picture?
Like my
real quick?
friend, like
Sure.
Matt, like Kiefer was the one day I was working up in the suites when he was there another time. I didn't see him the
Yeah.
second time. But he was kind of just walking, and Josh was just walking the other way. So we kind of just talked to him for like 20 seconds. It's like, hey, Josh, like, thanks for everything you've done. Like, you've turned the city into a winning city again, or whatever. Like, and gave us actual expectations again, or whatever. And he's just like, he's like, I never doubted you. Like, I was gonna tell him, I was gonna tell him I had to sign. I was literally gonna say if he wasn't with Terry, I was like, I'm sorry, but I had to sign the Josh Allen apology waiver. Like, I was gonna say I had to sign the sheet, the Josh Allen apology sheet.
This guy wanted Josh Rosen.
I did. I said I didn't really know. Like I'm not. Like,
I don't know shit.
I'm
about
not
football.
the most like when it comes to football. I don't have the greatest knowledge in the world, but I know like a pretty good amount. But like I remember everybody saying we were planning on drafting. We thought we were drafting Rosen, so that's why I was like, oh shit. Like I was. It wasn't that I thought Josh wasn't gonna be. I didn't like when I watched the first year. Like he was super inaccurate. Like. Kind of raw almost, so that's why I didn't believe in him after the first couple of years, and then obviously the third year he just turned into sicko mode. And
It's because we have like the soccer background. Like,
Yeah.
raw talent sometimes could be the best talent.
well, right, and that's the thing is I've seen so many players come to Chelsea as these high players, and then they've shit the bed, and they've literally been good in the league, and they come to Chelsea and they shit the bed. So like that was my thing with Josh. I didn't want to get too ahead of myself, but yeah, like Fury though, like. Super nice. Like didn't say no or anything. Like I didn't because I was in the picture. Obviously, he has his hands around me and Christian, and I don't know like how those people are with like physical contact ever.
Right.
So I didn't even. I waited for him, and he did it first, which I don't know. I mean that's stupid. Like I know it's not really anything crazy or anything, but you know, like it's just he didn't have to do that. Like he didn't have to like fully.
They've easily said, "No, guys, we gotta go."
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just there, clearly just on vacation, just messing around or whatever.
Yeah.
Like just for a couple days.
I'm sure
yeah.
you guys weren't the only one either.
Yeah, I mean it was us. I'm sure when he
It
was
was only
walking
us and
around-
those other dudes.
Yeah, and
Really?
there was two
one
guys.
guy working out in the gym.
There was one
And then
guy
there was the
working out,
woman
yeah.
and her like little daughter that run the store. And that was it.
And they
It
didn't even know
wasn't
they were
like
coming.
it wasn't like if you went to I don't know what's one of the gyms around here. Like it's not like a corporate gym.
No, it's a pretty
It's
private
basically
gym,
like a
yeah.
strip mall. Like it looks like there's you drive your car pulls right up and you walk out of your car walk right into the store. Like it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like a big whatever like corporate
And like
gym
he
or
was just,
something.
and they were kind of just walking around the store too, and he was just like, wasn't he could have just been a dickhead being like your gym sucks, it's small. He's like, no, he's like this is really nice.
Yeah.
Like he was just like this is really nice. Like he just didn't have didn't say one negative thing about like anything. He was just like no,
Right.
this is really nice. Like he was just like we were just told he was gonna be here and he wasn't, which was obviously that's just part of the storyline they're trying to. They're trying to make,
Obviously,
but-
he wasn't gonna. I mean, they
Yeah.
know. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're just messing around.
and I don't know if they were
but-
on their way somewhere else and they just kind of a joke said, "Let's go to Iceland on the way back from somewhere." It's kind of it's just a fun story.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're literally walking around Iceland with like Viking hats on. like they literally,
They were,
it was literally like him, his like 60-year-old dad, and that's his like promoter and like his manager just walking around with Viking hats on, like just literally the same streets we were walking around like the day before, like
That's sick.
yeah.
That's cool.
And if we would have, I mean, we would have stayed in the city that day too. We would have probably have saw him,
Mm-hmm.
but
You already
because
met
it's not
him.
that big of a
Yeah.
town, like at least the area that they were walking around, but. I wouldn't have gone up to him again. I'd have just been like, "Hey, it's Tyson Fury again."
Yeah,
Like, but yeah, so that was a pretty surreal moment for me.
that's sick.
Yeah, but thanks for reminding me because I probably wasn't gonna tell that story. I mean, it kind of just happened because Deontay Wilder. I meant to mention One Punch Man. Whenever I think One
Yeah.
Punch Man, I just think Deontay Wilder. That's what Christian
You
said.
go on crazy tangents, man.
Yeah, this is a great podcast. I don't know
If you like tangents, you like the Zach² podcast.
if you like random shit doesn't make any sense that somehow ends up making sense at the end.
This is like the type of shit you fall asleep to,
Yeah.
and we're here for that.
Hey,
I'm
5 minutes
already
is 5
asleep.
minutes. All right.
yeah.
All right. Well, next, now that we got off that tangent, if you could be sponsored by any brand, what brand would you want to be sponsored by? And I got my number one answer on the board. Give me Chipotle.
Chipotle. Get a black card.
Just get the Chipotle black card,
That'd
free
be cool.
Chipotle.
That'd be sick.
That's a good one, actually.
Dude, it's free Chipotle.
I wasn't thinking about food places.
I mean, like, I like Nike. I obviously would not say no to a Nike sponsorship at the end of the day. Or
Yeah.
like
I
an
don't think
Adidas
we'd say no to
sponsorship.
like any sponsorships.
Yeah, at this point in my life, I'll take whatever I can get.
Do you want to sponsor me? I don't do crap. Sure, sponsor me, please.
Yeah, Bacardi. I've been to your distillery in Puerto Rico. I like your drink. I gave it a solid rating. Sponsor me. Mickey Ultras. We've been over this before. Sponsor me. I mean,
That probably would be mine.
Mick.
Or, no, Jack Daniels. Jack
I was gonna
fucking
say.
Daniels. Hell yeah.
You don't want to be sponsored by Tricks?
Nah, not tricks.
That'd be funny.
That would be cool.
That would be funny.
No, definitely Jack Daniels, for sure. Or Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
I think at the moment I'd have to stick with Adidas. Just free clothes.
I think it would have to do. I think I would have to do a clothing brand. I mean,
Target.
if we're going like,
No, you don't want to be sponsored by Target.
if we're going over the top, like obviously, like being sponsored like Gucci would be cool. But
Oh.
like, I just,
I'm not even
that's just
Gucci.
over the
I don't
top.
even like Gucci. Overrated.
yeah, that's fair.
Louis
get-
Vuitton.
That's what I was gonna say. Let me get some Louis.
I went to a Louis V store and
Dude, them shits are crazy.
there was nothing I wanted. Like, if my thing is, if I'm like at this point, like if I had a lot more money, I would just buy stupid shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't buy a stupid amount of stupid shit, but I would just buy like.
That's why I bought a bracelet.
I'd buy like a
And
bracelet or
I
a
had
watch.
bracelet. I
But,
was like, let me buy a bracelet.
like I'd probably buy like if I had the money, I'm buying a Rolex. Like realistically, I don't like spending money on stupid. I don't even wear watches, but I would just buy a Rolex.
See that? If I didn't wear watches, I wouldn't buy a Rolex.
See, I know that, but I would if I bought a Rolex, I'd start wearing watches. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but would you wear a Rolex like all the time?
Oh yeah,
hell nah.
I'd be wearing that shit in the
Oh,
shower.
no.
I just put like a bag over it. I'd be wearing that shit in the shower.
I'd only wear a Rolex when I get like dressed up or something.
Ricky Pooge just scored from like 30 yards.
No,
Just absolutely tore it in the top corner.
The man who sold his career away
the
to go
man.
play in the
Apparently
MLS.
not. He might be starting for Spain.
Yeah,
If he does that every
he's
game,
in MLS. All right. I mean that pass he played to Chicha the other day, crazy.
That was a good pass.
I mean he's a La Masia product. He just doesn't get Barcelona game time, which are just better players than
It's
Barcelona.
offside.
just not
It was
a.
offside.
Barcelona
Can't be
could use him
offside.
now.
Offside.
Yeah, I'm thinking Chipotle though. Free Chipotle every year. I don't know, man. Chipotle is my pick, or just like I said, a clothing brand.
Yeah.
I got one. Dairy Queen.
Ooh. I don't know if I can have Dairy Queen every day though.
I don't
Prime.
have. I
Is
don't
a,
have dairy
Prime.
issues.
I want to meet KSI.
I don't have dairy issues. So.
That's a good one.
What was
I would,
that?
I would pick Prime, so I could.
Ooh.
Prime. That's
I'd be a Prime sponsor.
man, that's everything. You mean like Amazon Prime?
No,
No.
the hydration drink by KSI and Logan
Oh.
Paul.
Yeah. I'm meeting the side by
In a month, no one's gonna remember what that is.
Zach-
No,
the
that's
Arsenal-
not.
they're
It's
sponsored
on
by
the
Arsenal.
Arsenal's field.
Yeah.
That's not selling.
They're the-
That's
they're the-
Arsenal. Come on.
It's the drinks that I brought to your house.
It's in-
I know what they are.
It's
Yeah.
impossible to find them most of the time.
Yeah.
Like they're sold out everywhere.
when you go to the Emirates, they're gonna be everywhere.
yeah.
It's one of the only drinks sold there.
If you're the sponsor for the product, don't you want people to be able to buy them?
Yeah, but it's not in stores because it sells out every time.
Yeah, it sells out almost instantaneously. It's sold out in the entire UK in like 3 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's because it was in like Asda. And
I
like
work at Target.
Sainsbury's or whatever.
We
it
got them
was.
once. They were gone in an hour.
I think you went and bought them. And that's where you got them from, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
I bought one of every flavor.
I saw them on the shelf and bought them immediately. Said,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care if I'm mid shift. I'm grabbing these.
Yeah, give me. I'd go with a Prime sponsorship. I'd be a Prime partner.
Prime Park.
Join the Prime Squad or whatever they're calling it.
I thought you meant Amazon Prime.
No, I mean that would be cool too. They're
Yeah, I'd
freaking
probably
It's not
loaded,
really a
Rich.
sponsorship.
They're
They just sell
loaded, though.
everything
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, true.
It's like I don't know. I don't want like a Target sponsorship. I don't want to be sponsored by Target. Unless I'm like a NASCAR driver or something. I feel like that's a big thing in
Wouldn't wanna be
NASCAR,
sponsored
right?
either.
Yeah.
Like a lot of teams seem to be sponsored by NASCAR and like Target and NASCAR.
Yeah.
Or like Red Bull.
Ooh, Red Bull would be a good one too.
What did you say? Did you say Tricks earlier?
For him, yeah, because
Just Nestle.
his Xbox name is It's Trickstar for Kids.
Isn't that just Nestle?
I think I'd
It'd
go.
probably be Nestle,
I'd take
yeah.
a Fruity Pebble sponsorship. I like Fruity
What are
Pebbles.
Give me the General Mills
Most
sponsorship.
overrated cereal of all time.
Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah.
We may have to go to
outrageous
the parking
for me,
lot and fight after this.
I eat a lot of cereal, Mr.
Hey,
Ranto.
we got cameras going. Do it right here. That'll
I
get
eat
us
a
some
lot of
views.
cereal.
Okay, I'm gonna go off topic as well because it must be Morano trade. I don't think cereal is good as it used to be. I feel like
agree.
they have made it so damn. They're trying to make it so damn healthy,
I
so
agree.
for the kids don't get fat or whatever. It's that they've
Cinnamon-
kind of ruined
Cinnamon
cereal.
Toast
That-
Crunch has
Like as
gotten
soon
worse.
as you put milk in the
does- I
I
cereal,
swear to God, I
cereals
had Cinnamon
get
Toast
worse.
Crunch this morning. I'm like, why does it not hit the same? Like,
once
it's
you
still
put
good,
the milk
but-
in the cereal or whatever, if it's almond milk, I don't care what milk you're using. I feel like it immediately turns to mush.
Well, that's
Like,
because you're eating Fruity
immediately.
Pebbles.
But that wasn't a thing when I was a kid.
Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
I just
Had
feel like
to.
whatever they had to do to make it healthier because of
All the
somebody
sugar,
suing,
the sugar
Although
coating
I
on it.
will
whatever
say
they
that-
did to it.
I will still say, the days my nose decides to somewhat work, and I step out of my car to go to work, and I just smell the the whatever from the General Mills factory.
Yeah, the Cheerios.
Oh, it's a great morning. I'm like,
That's a thing around here for people that
Right
listen
there.
to the podcast that aren't from Buffalo. They sell T-shirts in Buffalo that says "My town smells like Cheerios." I think that's a great T-shirt.
I think Honey Nut Cheerios are the most underrated cereal.
Honey Nut Cheerios is
They're
a
S
pretty
tier
good,
for
is a
me.
pretty good cereal, and I don't think it gets soggy that quick.
They don't.
They don't.
Or you could just eat them dry. They're one of the few cereals you can
when
eat
you
dry.
were a little kid and your mom would put the
I would still
Cheerios
eat
in the
Cheerios.
little bowl and they would,
If I
they
want
would
a
feed
snack,
you when you
I'm
go to church or
grabbing a
something.
box
They
of
would, like, make you
Cheerios.
eat that
Yeah.
stuff.
Give me some honey nut.
You know.
Hey, yo.
But sorry about that. Sorry for the distraction.
No, I'll always talk about cereal.
yeah.
I love cereal.
You should
Where
do
we
a
at,
cereal. You should. Have you
I think
done
we
the
did- I think
cereal
we did
S
do
tier
one,
list
yeah.
for cereal
We
yet?
did do Cheerios.
That might have been the
Have you done
first
that?
one we did.
I
I
think
think
it was
we
the
did that
first
one.
one we did. It was up there. No, water bottle tier list was the first one. Or bottled water tier list was the first one. And then I think that was the cereal was second. But it was definitely one of the first ones. That's for sure. But moving into our last topic of the day, I believe. I know we're at time wise. I'm not on the sticks today. I'm over at the end of the table.
You're only 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. We got time for one more.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
Why
a
not?
cookie tier list. Speaking of tier lists, so let me just go
Brand
find
or type of cookies?
type of cookie.
Yeah, we go in
I'll
depth.
just-
In depth.
Chocolate chip cookie. It's over.
Well, we gotta.
You gotta go into the brands too.
So
Into the brands and types. Real
We're not
specific.
doing brands. We're just doing types of cookies,
Yeah.
right?
I will start off with the classic chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip wins.
The
all day long.
standard of what a great cookie is.
There's a lot of
It's a
good and a lot of
chocolate
bad types of chocolate chips, though.
Yeah, but a good chocolate chip cookie is better than any
Well,
other
a
cookie.
chocolate chip cookie, like a good chocolate. We're talking about
Oh yeah,
good for all of these.
Stacy's talking chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, we're
I'm
not talking
about
like
putting
somebody
that.
doesn't know what they're doing making a
Yeah,
cookie,
nah.
because that just
Yeah.
screws. That could
Homemade.
be any cookie.
Homemade.
We're talking best cookie in the best scenario, with the right humidity or whatever you need to make the cookie right. Right?
Yeah. It's good chocolate chip cookies and S tier cookie.
Easily. I don't
Easily.
think there's any
Like, yeah,
debate
it's-
about that.
It's basic. It's simple. Call it what you want. It's the best cookie.
Because you can eat it any time of year. It could be a
Exactly.
Christmas cookie.
Oatmeal
You
raisin
can,
cookie,
you can have them with
man.
milk. Like, you got to say oatmeal raisins better than chocolate chip.
I don't like oatmeal or raisins. There's nothing worse. You know what's worse when you get
I
a
really
cookie
like
and you think it's a chocolate chip cookie
And it's oatmeal
and it's
raisin. the
raisin
worst
and you're
feeling
like,
ever.
oh, I thought it was chocolate
Like,
chip.
I don't.
And these are raisins.
I don't hate-
These aren't chocolate
Like,
chips.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like oatmeal raisin cookies, but they're just not chocolate chip.
Yeah, but if you reach into a box thinking
And
that
I
it's
thought
chocolate chip
and it's
you
oatmeal
pull
raisin.
out
That's
an
the
oatmeal
most
raisin,
gutting feeling in the world.
What's better, chocolate chip or chocolate chunk?
Same
See,
difference.
If it's hot, chocolate chunk.
yeah.
If it's warm,
Chocolate chunk's better
chunk,
just because there's more
100%.
chocolate.
It's
but-
funny because those Wegmans, when you used to work over there, those big chocolate chip cookies at Wegmans were ridiculously better than all the other
The
Wegmans
ones that are like
cookies.
$15.
Yeah, they
that,
should be.
That bin was
Yeah.
outrageous,
And they
but
were
for
like a little bit
$15,
wider and flatter.
they're like $15 for like 10
so like
cookies
the
though.
Stacy's chocolate chip cookies, are they thick or are they flat?
They're thick. The bottom is a little crunchy, but they're
That's
soft.
that's a good cookie. That's a good style.
They're amazing cookies. I love them things.
I like sometimes when they're like kind of like when they're spread out and they're a little thin,
Oh,
like a thin crust pizza almost.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Power City's cookies. That's how we used to
I
make
really
them.
like-
They got-
These cookies.
I
They
really
got
like
pretty flat,
DiCamello's chocolate chip cookies.
Yep.
Those are.
Most just good.
DiCamello's just wins.
Yeah.
They just win at
They're just
everything.
elite.
What other kinds of cookies you got?
Although I will say European bread kind of shits on DiCamello bread, and I love DiCamello bread. Like European bread is outrageous. I don't know what they do, but it's just outrageous.
They spent a lot longer making bread than us.
But they got a lot more experience. The bread in Lyon was just ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Like their sandwich bread, even in
feel like-
Iceland, the sandwich bread was really
I
good.
feel like food quality in Europe is just so much higher than the rest.
They
of
don't
the
use a
world.
lot of preservatives.
Well,
Exactly.
they don't do things to enhance the flavor that end up in the long run hurting the flavor.
Yeah.
There's
Like-
most of the stuff's very more natural. Like, and it's just prepared. The concept is you're not like if you go to a store and you're buying something, like they don't put a lot of preservatives in because they don't like. Even if you look at like products that are made in America and you make products that are made in Europe, the contents of the stuff in the European products is significantly less.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, like I don't mean that guy. Like you can be whatever you want. But the amount of people that are overweight in Europe compared to here is ridiculous. And they eat a lot more carbs than we do because they eat a lot of bread over there.
Portions are much smaller.
The portions are smaller. They
It's
they
just a
use less
different
things that are just
They're-
poison your body essentially.
They also have more harsh rules on what you can put in food and not in food.
Yeah.
Who was it the other day that told us that Skittles were banned in Europe? Was it you? Skittles are
me.
banned in Europe.
That might have
The
been
white
Christian.
the
Christian
white
knows all that
coating
stuff.
underneath the colored shell is illegal in Europe.
I think they still have Skittles. I think they're just different than how Skittles.
Whoever
are
told me
here.
it the other day said that they were banned. You're not allowed to have Skittles.
Interesting, because I feel like I saw Skittles, but I could be wrong.
I mean, maybe in England they're not part of the EU anymore.
True. Yeah, because
knows?
when we were at that was funny though, because we were at the Iceland airport. Like if you're a European citizen or British, go over there. There's like a separate. They have like a separate line for EU members or whatever for the passport control. But back on topic, cookies, sugar cookies.
A.
B.
I'm going A.
B.
B.
It's mid.
It's not an A, it's a B.
They're mid.
B.
There's better, there's worse. Mid.
Yeah.
What about peanut butter cookies?
A.
It's an A.
So I'm going to be on those. I don't like peanut butter and cookies that much.
I'm going A.
I mean, there's a lot of
Too.
people can't eat peanut butter, but
Yeah, true.
those people, it's
It's
Those people
tough.
suck.
it's death. So, but except for those people,
Yeah.
peanut butter, like the ones where they do the thing where you put the fork. You know, you do the thing
That's
with
what
the
my mom
crisscross.
does.
That's
Yeah.
well, because Stacy knows what she's doing, man.
What about like those shortbread cookies that are, but English people would call
No.
biscuits?
No,
I'm giving those like Dasani tier.
that's
I can
I would have
see.
said C, yeah.
Well,
I can
Dasani.
see.
you
They're
shouldn't
edible.
have to dip your cookie in something for it to be good.
I agree.
There's a lot
What
of
about
dry. There's
If
a
you don't-
lot of dry
Oreos
baked
are
goods
ass.
in England.
Doesn't matter if you
I feel
you
like
dip 'em in
a
milk or
dry
not.
cookie is something that you had to put in a tin during the war. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to save these; they got to last. So you got to have them in the tin, or something. You know.
Did you
You
say
don't-
ass or glass?
S for Oreos.
Okay.
Ooh,
I thought you said
Oreos.
ass at first. I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
I may have killed a whole row of the double stuff extra family pack.
Where did you
size.
put Oreos?
S.
S up top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
has to
yeah.
be up top.
Oh yeah, Oreos.
I was
Ridiculous.
gonna say
Because
yeah. I
and
was,
here's
like,
why
dumbfounded.
Oreos are good, because you can eat Oreos as a cookie, but then it also you can put it like there's an ice cream. They have it in milkshakes.
Yeah.
You can mix it.
All I
in
have
your
to say, though,
yogurt.
They don't
If
do
you're
that
just-
with a lot
Sorry,
of. They don't
but
have like a Chips
you're-
Ahoy
If you're
Blizzard
eating
at
an
Dairy
Oreo
Queen.
by itself
Yeah.
and you don't like take off the first or one side of it, eat the one side, then scrape off the cream on the inside, and then eat the last part, you're a psychopath. That's the only
Nah.
proper way to eat Oreos.
Nah.
Nah, you're bugging with that.
Nah.
That's just
Nah.
that's psycho.
No, you're psycho.
There's
for that
nothing
one.
wrong with that technique, but I don't.
That's
think
the
that's
only-
The only
that's the
yeah,
proper
I feel like
technique.
that's like the less common.
No, that's the proper
feel like
technique.
just
dude.
enjoy-
I've
enjoying
never seen
Oreo,
anyone do
like-
that in my life.
You're
Sometimes
on
just-
crack.
getting all those materials together in
Yeah.
your mouth at the same time.
And I hate mixing food, but I like that.
It's like, I don't have a problem with the scraping, but
The one thing about Oreos is how much better they really are with milk.
Oh,
See, I don't think milk
I want
enhances it
Oreos
at
right
all. I
now.
think they're just good regardless.
Oh, see, nah, you're
So-
bugging.
so much better
I'll
with
get
milk.
cookies and cream ice cream, and then I'll get more Oreos. I'll put more Oreos in the cookies and
See,
cream ice cream.
you experience what I experienced. The cookie becomes so moist
Yep.
that it almost blends in with the cream.
Yeah, when the ice cream starts to melt,
Yeah.
and then the ice cream it's just like
That's what I.
when
that's
you get
what
that really good chocolate chunk, like that
Yeah.
wafer chunk in there, it's great. It's like life.
That's
is
why
good.
milk with an
Life is
Oreo,
good.
you just let it get moist, and so it almost is like pulling off your hand.
The only place that
Yeah.
Oreos
It's
gotta be about
is
to
one
fall
time
apart.
I
It melts.
tried it. Is that Oreo cereal is awful.
The
I heard that was
Oreos.
bad.
The
too.
Oreo they had like an Oreo cereal. I
Yeah, it's
think
like the Oreo.
it's bad.
Oreo
It doesn't taste Oreos or something. It's
Yeah.
bad. It's not good. It doesn't taste like Oreos. It tastes like the other the knockoff brand of like the Wegmans version of Oreos.
Do you like
like
Trix?
Hydrox
Do you
or
like
Hy-
tricks?
What?
You like tricks?
I do like tricks.
I love tricks.
No, the cereal tricks or tricks.
I don't know. Is there another tricks?
These
I'm
tricks.
tricks.
I don't know what that that means.
Never mind.
Never mind. Moving on.
It's the new Seasonator.
Yeah, it's a new
Oh, that's his
season.
nickname because he's.
Well,
It's not new though. It's,
yeah, it's not-
5
I guess
years
I
yeah,
just
old.
haven't been
that's
around
it.
as much
This
as I
one.
used to be. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
About that.
This one, you better be careful what you say here. I'm gonna be honest. If you say something that I'm not happy with, I might have to call it here. Snickerdoodles.
Not a fan.
Let's go A or B. Probably B.
Not a fan.
I think your average snickerdoodle can be bad, but I've had some really good snickerdoodles.
I'm
But I think there's more bad snickerdoodles than good people. Like I bet you if Stacy made snickerdoodles, they'd be really good. But I think the average snickerdoodle is not good.
Just not a fan of snickerdoodles.
See, I disagree. I think all snickerdoodles.
Average
are just
snickerdoodle you've
phenomenal.
ever had is good.
I haven't had a bad one. I'm going S. Call me crazy. Snickerdoodles are an S
Not a
tier cookie.
snickerdoodle
You're right.
fan.
Snickerdoodles are an S tier cookie.
You know what's great? America lets you have any opinion you want, even if it's wrong about snickerdoodles.
Yeah, even if it sucks.
You're right. You guys are allowed to have bad opinions. That's acceptable.
Can I give you what's the D one? What's the worst one? What's the weird tier?
Dasani.
Dasani. The Dasani
That doesn't
level
exist
cookie.
for me anymore.
And
though,
I hate this material or flavoring in anything. Anything that's mint. I don't like
I
mint
agree.
cookies.
It just tastes like you just
It's like you're brushing your teeth. It's like a
Tastes like you
brushing.
just
It's like
brushed
you
your
might as
teeth.
well have like an Aqua Fresh cookie.
like mint chocolate.
Like-
gross.
mint
mint chocolate chip ice cream though.
No,
Gas.
Oh,
terrible.
so good.
Terrible.
I don't
So
like.
good.
Well, we're
It
on
just
cookies.
tastes like I brushed my
I
teeth.
don't want to go
and
off
then
on the
ate
tangent
something.
of ice cream, but I mean a mint. I don't care even if it's those stupid Girl Scout cookies, which are all pretty good because I bought enough from them from Mrs. Jacob's mother. So over the years, every
Jacob.
time
You guys learned Masha's real name.
she's selling cookies, Mrs. McGrath,
over.
I'm backing the truck up to the McGrath house
the
and I'm
peanut
buying
butter,
like a
whatever.
case of the
peanut
peppermint-
butter ones.
the
I
peanut
went through like a
butter
whole
ones.
box of those.
Peanut
when I
butter
was
patties.
Those are so good.
Peanut butter
I
patties.
wish
The
That's
peanut
what-
butter
see-
sandwiches are good
No, the
too.
peanut butter patties are too much peanut butter compared to a peanut butter cookie though.
No.
It's
Yeah.
almost
No.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a candy. It's not a cookie at that point.
It's bordering on
Yeah,
violating
but they're
the cookie rules.
delicious.
It's
They
literally
are
all.
delicious. They
What
are
is the cookie?
delicious.
It's just peanut butter.
I'm not saying it should be a cookie. I'm just saying it's
It is
delicious.
delicious.
No,
That's
it's
why I
a
think it's
cookie.
your
Dude.
top seller.
The
It
Samoas,
is, it
the
is.
8
Samoas,
billion Girl Scouts can't be wrong.
the Samoas, the caramel delights.
See,
Those
the caramel
with the
delights.
coconut and the.
okay,
oh
see, that's
my.
another thing. Coconut and mint just go to hell.
What?
I can't stand
like
coconut,
coconut.
either.
Caramel
like
delights
You like
are
coconuts?
crazy.
No,
You like
100%.
coconuts?
The
No,
peanut butter,
not at all.
the peanut butter
it's
ones
terrible.
are better than the caramel
Like
delight.
No
nobody
chance.
buys
100%.
mounds with
Peanut butter ones
coconut
are the best
because
cookies.
it's a terrible candy
100%
bar
the peanut
because
butter
it has
ones are the best
coconut in
ones.
it. It's a terrible It's a terrible. I don't know. Coconut's bad. I'm sorry.
I hate coconut in general.
It's fine, like in the Barbados or something. You're having a drink or something, but like not
Turks
not
and
in a-
Caicos type.
Yeah, like that, type of thing. Like a coconut rum drink or something. Why is that what you're drinking over there? Is that coconut?
Real rum cocktail.
Is there-
Mama. I don't
is
know
it
if it's
gonna
Pretty
go
sure
for
there's
the flavor?
coconut behind Mama's.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's the nutrition facts?
Sorry, coconut and mint. They're out. They're.
I'll back you with
Dasani.
coconut. I can't back you with mint though.
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah,
crazy.
but is
Mint's
mint your
gross.
favorite flavor in a cookie?
No, but thin mints are up there. I love thin mints.
Okay.
Thin mints are gross.
I think Thin Mints is a candy.
Thin mints in the freezer though.
To me, Thin Mint's a candy.
Thin mints in the freezer though.
Okay.
It's more
I've
cookie than a
never-
peppermint patty.
Yeah.
I've
than a
never
peanut butter
enjoyed
patty.
anything mint in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
You
I
don't
just
brushing
like you
your
said, I
teeth.
feel like I'm brushing my teeth,
I-
which is nothing wrong with brushing your
Wait,
teeth.
you're supposed to shake these?
Yeah, you're supposed to shake all.
Oh, it's not
It's an
carbonated.
iced bro.
So you just learn something every day.
What?
Oh,
You no,
Same
this
school
is
kids.
nah. Here's my issue with this. You didn't just learn this. Corey said this when we were at your house.
I don't remember.
Well, yeah, you were drunk.
I wasn't drinking these either.
Whoa!
No, but
throwing
he-
allegations around.
I was
Indians,
drinking
right?
bourbon with Tony. Hell yeah, I was
Yeah,
drunk.
he was already at his
Hell
house.
Yeah, I was drunk.
No, Corey talked about it. He was drinking those and said, "Yeah, you got to shake these before you drink them." He
I
said
had
it to
no
all
idea.
of us.
I had no idea. I was drinking
Oh
bourbon.
yeah.
God, man,
What about like the
that's
Kiss
soft.
cookies?
in his own
The
world.
who?
The Kiss cookies.
Oh, the
It's-
Hershey Kiss ones? My mom
Yeah.
makes those around Christmas. Those
Yeah,
are
yeah.
S.
Those are good.
I like
I
those.
like those.
I would go A.
It's
I wouldn't go
basically-
Especially
S.
when the Hershey's Kiss is a little bit soft.
It's basically a sugar cookie with a Hershey
It's a
Kiss on
sugar
top.
cookie with
Yeah.
a Hershey's Kiss in the middle of it.
It's great.
What about like those frosted like store bought cookies?
Oh.
The oatmeal?
No,
No.
the ones they sell in a package, there's like 16.
Yeah,
of
they have
them.
like
Usually like a pink
frosting.
frosting.
Yeah.
Or if it's
S.
like Halloween, it'll have an orange frosting.
Give me S.
Honestly, if I was a
That's
kid,
crazy much.
S.
I love
Nowadays,
those.
B.
B. They're
I
like
can't
sugar
eat a lot of
cookie.
them now,
All
but
right, so
they're
then
an
we have
average
some
cookie.
Italian people in here.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, this is a really great cookie. And I don't know, not a lot of people may not have had this cookie. It's probably an A in my land, a ricotta cookie.
never had or heard of.
I don't
It's
really
like
like
it's got a frosting on it that's to die for.
I don't really like
And you have to, when Mr. Morano makes them, you say ricotta cookies. So you have to put the
Those-
ricotta.
those.
yeah,
Those
put the
scream a
S.
cookie that's really good with a T.
It's kind of just like a better version of like the store bought ones, Mosh.
Which
Sure.
I don't know what the store bought ones are though.
The one
ones
just
they
like
always
normal
come in,
sugar
a
cookie
clear
with the
package, and they're
frosting
usually about
on
this
it.
size, and they
Oh,
always have, like, a
okay,
frosting.
They're kind of like a better version of those
Usually your
ones.
mom would
Okay.
probably buy them for like the kid's birthday party thing
Yeah.
in your classroom or something like that.
Okay.
They're like this, but imagine them in the Italian way.
You know what? I probably
got a
have had
ricotta
those
frosting.
You
actually.
definitely
They're
have.
probably like B's in my
Yeah,
eyes.
looking at them.
I'm giving it
They're usually like this small. I
I
mean-
I feel like when I have had those, my only issue with them is that they're too dry. But I don't know if that's just who
That's why I really
Who's
think they'd be
making
good
them?
with
Yeah.
like tea.
that I feel like they need to be dipped in something.
Tea.
They need a liquid.
Yeah, like
That's
if
just
you-
water with dirt in it.
Nah, you're bugging.
I like tea.
I like tea.
Terrible.
Like iced tea.
I like tea.
I like tea.
If somebody brought me
Barney Palmer
brought me a
tea.
tea, I'd bring it back to the counter because somebody's made a horrible mistake. The words of
Nah.
Ted Lasso.
I like tea.
How about Pizzelles?
Oh. That's
you
it.
say?
That's
Pizzelles?
no, that's an
You
A.
know Pizzelles there?
No.
They look like a
My God,
snowflake.
you gotta invite
They look like a
Mashi over
snowflake.
Christmas time when Stacy makes the cookies.
She doesn't even make pizzelles. My
Pizzelles, you
grandma
need a
makes
whole. I mean,
pizzelles.
Pizzelles, it's like a whole operation. You need like a waffle iron looking thing.
Yeah, they
You
look
have to
like
flip
snowflakes.
You have to flip the tray over because usually the one side's waffle and the other side's the pizzelle.
I like pizzelles.
Yeah, they're good. You have to you just make the dough and you put them in the thing and you push the thing down and it makes the cookie.
Mashi might not like those. They're a little dry. They're
Not when they're
See,
yeah,
but if
they're
you give
dry
me a-
because
give
usually
me a
you
glass
keep
of
them
milk,
for
I'll be
like
fine.
Yeah,
2
you
months.
keep
But
them
when
for
you
a while.
first make them, that first few days they're super. A lot of vanilla in them.
Yeah, I like vanilla.
Yeah, you'd like them.
I think I'd like almost any cookie you handed me, to be honest.
I like
Yeah,
you like
like-
lemon cookies?
No.
I like lemon cookies.
No.
I'm not the hugest fan.
My grandma made these little cookies that were about the same size as the ones you just showed me.
Ricotta cookies.
Yeah, and they were covered with a lemon glaze. That was just so. It was so moist. It was delicious, dude. Oh,
Lemon cookies are the definition of mid.
Nah, sugar cookies mid.
lemon cookies are crack.
Lemon cookie are the definition of mid.
You should have had the ones my grandma made.
Not saying a bad or a good lemon cookie's bad, but the average lemon cookie, mid.
I need her to make those again. I need some now. I'm gonna text her.
What about the Hallam
What is that?
Gradas?
It turned. Sorry, we're at an hour, just so you know.
No. Well, we'll go
All
with
right,
the
close the
Hallam
episode.
Gradas.
See you guys.
Hallam Gradas are those ones with like the jelly in the middle.
I don't like jelly and donuts and cookies.
I like them in
anything.
donuts,
don't
not
like- I don't
cookies.
like
I'm not a
jelly.
big jelly guy.
No.
Jelly donuts are the best donuts. The sugar jellies,
Nah.
easily.
Again, that's a really old-fashioned cookie.
Yeah,
I
it's,
feel like those old-fashioned cookies again remind me of like they had to like get rations or something during the war or something. That's
Yeah,
what
they-
I feel like.
they
And
came
they're
in
always just
rations.
like we had to use jelly because there was no chocolate chips.
I'm
Now
sure
they come
We
in
made
a
them out of
thing.
jelly, and we kept making them even though the war was 100 years ago.
Now they come in with the cookie packs that you can buy at like
That's-
grocery
yeah, I
stores.
don't, but they're always dry. The jelly ones are always really dry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, about really quick. Have you guys had macaroons? They're a cookie.
Yes,
thing.
I've had many macaroons.
We
Those
had
are really good.
macaroons in the Netherlands.
I'm going
Macaroons?
S
Those are
tier.
really good.
They depend on the flavor. A good
Yeah.
Well,
macaroon,
yeah.
a good macaroon is S tier. A shit macaroon is like D.
Yeah, we
It
Like
have
doesn't
it's
been,
matter
either
if
they're
it-
really good or they're really shit.
I had
We
a
have been
tiramisu
going-
one. That was the best one I had. That was so good.
I just like honestly, I like the whatchamacallit ones. Just like the strawberry ones are pretty fire.
The strawberry sorbet.
Yeah.
I had a lot when I went to South Carolina, and they were really good.
It
But
ain't-
to
it
speak
ain't
on
a
the fact
Europe one,
earlier,
though.
when you
Yeah,
said
European
like,
macaroons are.
top tier ones are good,
I didn't
bottom tier
have
ones
any
are
this
bad.
time around. To be honest with you, I kind of sold on that. But
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I don't really like most of the time they're in like coffee shops or whatever, and I'm just like I don't really want one anymore.
Yeah, I guess when we're in the Netherlands, you don't really know what a coffee shop's gonna be.
Yeah.
All right, that's throwing out here. This could be maybe a little controversial.
Let's do the last one, and then we'll call
Okay,
it quits for today.
biscotti.
Ooh.
B. Not my favorite. But they're good.
It's not my favorite either. Now they have Newburgh biscottis like that are dipped in chocolate.
Everything that was in B,
I'm going
lower
off
to
basic
C
one.
and put biscotti.
Basic biscotti. People go crazy for it, but I'm putting it down like it's not as low as Dasani. But
What does
it's pretty low.
biscotti start with?
Biscotti?
Yeah, what does it start with?
It starts with a B.
Well, that's where it is. B.
Okay. Oh, I see what you did there.
Wow, good job. Good wordplay,
All right,
Zach.
ladies and gentlemen.
Good job.
That's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Spread the word about the Zach² podcast. We're winning the fantasy draft. I don't know what to say. This is like the worst part. I don't know. Like, it's just,
And there's Zach
we'll
doing
talk to you,
ASMR.
I would say next week, but we're not very consistent.
Bills.
So I'll talk to you next time. Go
Dylan,
Bills.
we'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Next weekend, but
Dylan, we'll see you.
We'll see you next weekend, Dylan. You want the smoke? You're gonna get the smoke. Let's get it.